There are days when life doesn't shout its wisdom at us. It whispers in fragments, in half-formed ideas, and in those tiny choices we almost dismiss. And somehow, those fragments are what shape the real work. This is a story about trusting the slow hum and the tiny choices. And letting the smaller steps do the heavy lifting of our purpose. Recently, I've been undoing the knots of my own black and white thinking. This idea that if I create work that isn't fully resolved, then it's not worth doing. Or, if I'm busy, then going out for just a stroll around my neighborhood is not going to be as effective as my usual 45 minutes walk. Why do we resolve to thinking in this way? Why do we put more emphasis on big transformations and quick fixes rather than the slow and steady, sustainable approach to our personal life, our work, and our fitness? So I'm back in my studio after being away for 2.5 weeks in Southeast Asia, and coming back to the studio and coming back to England. Before we left, the scene was completely different. Like, the trees were just changing color. For some trees it was at their peak color. Now coming back, the trees have basically lost all their leaves. Some are still just about hanging on, but most of them are bare branches. There's frost on the grass, and there's frost basically everywhere on both the cars, and it's cold. So this, I guess, officially marks the fact that winter is here and is here to stay for the next couple of months. And nevertheless, we continue. So today I'm back in the studio and I'm going to continue to work on developing my art practice, developing my skills, and I'm gonna take you along with me. So let's go. I wanted to practice my charcoal sketching this week, and after being on the painting marathons of creating complete pieces, this time I wanted my time on the canvas to be a bit more open-ended. What can I learn today that will improve my painting skills? What new discoveries will I make because I'm doing a charcoal sketch for the first time on a canvas instead of a piece of paper? Can I step outside of my comfort zone for just a few minutes and try different combinations of materials? Let me tell you, it was very hard at first to let go of this idea that I was only doing a sketch study, not a finished piece. But as the piano music began to hit a crescendo and the calming notes soothed my doubtful soul, I began the repetitive but rewarding task of smudging the black charcoal into the canvas. I love working with charcoal. The gritty, messy, raw. They are, to me, the highest form of beauty in its simplest, vulnerable state. I love that with just a few pieces of charcoal and graphite, an eraser and chalk, I can reveal human emotions through the sculpting of each facial feature. Drawing with charcoal is like what I imagine sculpting from a whole block of wood or marble would be. I'm not sketching the outlines here. No, I'm studying the light and dark areas. And with my fingers, I'm brushing into the dark abyss for shadows. And with my eraser, I'm taking out the grays to reveal the light. Every layer of mess I create gets me closer and closer to something that resembles a face. From nothing, emotion is born. For me, this is a labor of love and intimacy. I'm learning to bow down to the study, the sketch, the half-built thing. Sometimes the most honest art is the piece that never pretends to be finished. I used to think that these small explorations were wasteful detours. Now I see that they are the quiet teachers chiseling me into a better artist. This charcoal study handed me lessons I'll carry into my future paintings, and honestly, that kind of growth is worth more than any polished ending.
I can hear you say, let the sun shine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, and I am above, I feel above, you have seen 1,000 lovers meet, you have seen 1,000 tired feet, seen them rest upon a hill beneath a crown. Try to make a way, I can hear you say, let the sun shine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, and I am above, I feel above, let the sun shine on the broken, let the summer come again. I'm hushing the dog on the chain, I'm running up stones on the edge of the bank, rally the troops for another refrain. I sing this softly to myself, I sing this softly